Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Spooked Coast to Coast. And guys, this is the very first episode of Halloween month.
Yes, spooky season's here.
So excited and to celebrate. We've been decorating the house. We're almost done. We love this time of the year. And to celebrate Halloween month, I will be wearing all of my old Halloween Horror Nights shirts. And today I am representing my favorite slasher of all time, Mr. Michael Myers. And this shirt was from Halloween Horror Nights 24, which would have been 10 years ago, actually. Wow.
24?
Yeah, 24, and this year was 34.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So this is a 10-year-old shirt, and it still fits like
it's still not faded. Good quality. That's quality. That is quality.
And Jen is rocking her Boo shirt. She loves it. And
Walmart, okay.
Walmart edition. So as always, Jen and Mondo 305 Paranormal, and we have JJ Paranormal, Joy and Joey. How you guys doing?
Hello. Thank you guys for being here.
What's up, chat?
Chat room, thank you. And also thank you guys as well. Jen and I, we kind of did an impromptu little episode of our review of Halloween Horror Nights 2025. And all you guys,
it was very random.
Joy showed up.
Yeah, that shit threw me off. I was like, wait, did I miss it? Is today Sunday? It threw me off for like 2 seconds. I was like, oh.
Appreciate the love from everybody. Thank you very much. We always get asked about what's our plan as far as attacking Halloween Horror Nights, and just to make a video because we decided, man, maybe there's other people out there that don't know how they should attack it. So go ahead and watch that and you will know. But speaking of getting advice and how to attack things, our next guests are friends of ours that we've been able to pick certain things from. And this next couple, I've actually, when their original show ended, I got inspired to do a chunk of the show, and I want to give them their flowers. So I'm glad to be able to have on our last group of friends that we made from Gettysburg Bash. We met them in person in Gettysburg Bash, but we had known them before, and it was amazing to get to see them in person, give them a hug, show them our appreciation to them. They're just amazing people. They are, actually, babe, you do the honors of introducing our guests.
Man, you had me lost. I was all in the sauce over there. You were going to talk about Coco for a second because you were talking about you met them and then.
Oh, they are co-hosts with our very own Team Cocos that we had a few weeks back in the show.
Yes.
Go ahead and tell them about Chris and Audra.
So we have Chris and Audra, who are a couple. They used to live now in North Carolina. They moved now to Ohio. They used to be in Arizona. So we have a few things from different states that we want to ask them.
Yep.
And yes, we met them at the Gettysburg Bash for the first time. Amazing people, super sweet, and just showed us nothing but love. So let's bring on Chris and
Audra.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
Hey, everybody. You got to quit talking so nice. You're going to ruin my reputation.
Right?
Don't worry. I'm buttering you up for what's coming later.
That's all right.
I want to say, chat room, thank you for joining us. My brother Joe is taking a break from inventing equipment out here to come enjoy
something new. He showed us in a message. So
join in the show. Cool. We're gonna be looking forward to what he's got in store, and we'll be filming that. Chat room, thank you very much. So, please, Chris and Audra, introduce yourselves to our guests. Well,
our family.
Our chat rooms.
Our chat room.
Yeah.
So, what do you want us to introduce? Our history, what we currently do, or
tell us about yourselves, how you guys started in the paranormal field, how you guys met.
She tackled me in a parking lot one time. I was trying to get away. I'm just kidding.
The street was she took you down and maced you.
She did. Cuffed me, roofied me, and hasn't let me go since. But
Keep the morning coffee. We're good. What is that hand signal? Do you go like this?
yeah.
Hand signal?
No. So, well, I know, Chris, you had experiences as a child, so we can start there. Like, as a child, what were they? Were you scared?
Yeah, I'll try and make it as short as possible because Audra will kick me because I'm long-winded. But yeah. First experience that I remember, I was about 4 or 5. We're originally my family's originally from Nebraska. We're in a small town called Peru. My dad, his father took care of the cemetery up on the hill. You can literally see it from town. It's right up on the hill. And I was out there one time, and he would go out and mow the grass, and I'd go run around and play around the gravestones, right? And I remember I was playing tag with this little boy. And my dad yelled at me. He called me over there, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm playing tag with that little boy." And he goes, "There's nobody there."
Oh, my God.
But to this day, if I was an artist, I could draw and tell you exactly what that little boy looked like. I remember playing with him. So that was my first experience. And I had experiences as far as I could remember. And then I had one when I was 12 that scared me so bad, I kind of turned it off for a while. A face-to-face apparition of an elderly woman in a house that she had just passed away, and a friend of the family. And it scared me so bad that I just shunned away from it. I hid from it. And then when I was in my teen years, my father comes from a very tough family. He was ex-law enforcement, and he taught us that anytime anything intimidates you, it's beating you. And don't let anything ever beat you throughout life. So finally I came around and I'm like, this is not going to scare me anymore. I started chasing it. So I would drag friends in high school to haunted locations, and I'd see spirits and hear things and go, "Did you see that?" And they'd go, "No." The one time I drug my friends to a haunted location and went, "Do you see that lady standing up there?" And they actually saw it. They bailed and left me.
Wow.
I literally went towards it, and I turned around, and they literally got in the car and they left me at this haunted location.
Like a Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would have went right towards it, too. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, we were in downtown Phoenix. It was an old abandoned convent for nuns, and a monsoon had rode through the town, a really bad one in the late 50s, and one of the nuns was crossing a concrete bridge between buildings, and it collapsed, and she died there. Well, you could still see her every once in a while. The rumor was you could still see her crossing the bridge, even though the bridge wasn't there, and that's what I saw. I actually saw it. And when they saw it, they freaked and took off. So from that point on, I kept chasing it. And then in my very early 20s, I bought equipment and I started investigating, and been doing it ever since. And then when we started dating back in 2012, 11, 12.
yeah, end of 11.
We were sitting on the couch one night, and we were watching Ghost Hunters. And she's like, "This stuff is really cool," and she started talking about dreams that she'd had. And I'll let her talk about that in a minute. But I looked at her and I went, "You ever gone on a paranormal investigation?" And she goes, "That would be cool. How do we do it?" And I went,
Who do we see?
"We can go right now if you want." And she's like, "You know somebody?" And I went, "Yeah, let me go grab my recorder." And she's like, "What? You do it?" And I took her on her first ghost hunt, and she's been hooked ever since. So.
Oh, the best first date.
Yeah,
All the best.
one of the best first dates. We
That
actually
wasn't the first date.
No. We actually our
Yeah.
boys played high school baseball together. They'd known each other since they were younger, like second grade. I think they've been going to school together.
I was
And
their
we-
baseball coach.
We were both previously married, going through kind of divorce at the same time. Didn't really know it actually, and just still kind of hung out at the baseball. So that's kind of how we ended up together, was baseball. So that was fun. But yeah, I mean, exactly what he said. When we would sit down and just kind of chill at home and watch some of the stuff that was on TV, and he kind of asked me, "Well, do you get into it? Do you experience anything? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because, and again, I'll kind of show my age just a wee bit, but back in my day, there wasn't a ton of shows that, had the scary stuff. So growing up in Ohio, we certainly didn't watch the spooky shows. You didn't go to the movies for them. I mean, there wasn't anything like that. But I would have a lot of really intense dreams, and I was always protecting children, and I was always fighting the devil. Don't know why.
Interesting.
It horrible. I mean, probably since about fourth grade is probably when I can kind of really, really remember that far back.
Yeah.
Up until right before we started dating, actually. I mean, one of my more recent ones, I was really creepy. I was walking in our mall, and this was in Phoenix, Arizona, where my dream was. And I was walking along, and, like the kiosks where they have all the little trinkets and, different kiosks they have set up. I was walking along, and I could see a little boy. And when they're going to be naughty, right? Like he was going to steal something. And I'm just like, so I kind of just walked up to this little boy, and I'm like, don't do it. Just don't do it. Right. And he kind of got spooked, and then he took off and ran. And I kind of started to turn to just mosey on down and continue shopping. Well, these three figures come like swooping in and grab my left elbow, and I couldn't see the face. It was just cloaked, and I'm looking around going, nobody's seeing this. But he looks at me, he goes, you took my soul and you're taking the place. Creepiest thing I can tell you. It's horrible. So
That's
then
something of a movie.
it was bad. It was bad. And then so we continued walking, and like the floor gives way, and the typical the water, like the lost souls, and it was bad. And I knew if I stepped foot in that water, I was done for. So we keep walking, and I'm like, you can't touch me. And the guy's, whoever, devil, whatever you want to call it, he's like, I have you. You're taking the place. I have you. I'm like, you can't. You're not going to touch me. And he keeps walking towards, and of course, internally, I'm like, shit, I'm a goner kind of thing. If my toe touches that water, I'm done. And you can see like the souls, like the typical movie kind of thing, floating around. And as soon as we get up to the edge, one of them, and I don't know how or why, but one of the souls literally jumps up, breaks our contact, and then I woke up. So he broke the hold. And I don't know.
Thank God it was a dream.
Thank God. I woke up sweating. I was like, woo!
Yeah, but it's still scary. Yeah.
It's just it's dreams like that, but it's always been kids. I always am around the children. Don't know why.
No.
So, but so, yeah, that's when we started. Like, I would talk about dreams, and he's like, well, "Do you ever think maybe it's more than just a dream?" So that's how we got talking about the paranormal.
Yeah, like astral projecting kind of type stuff.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
That's what I asked her. I said, "Do you ever
literally.
I literally asked her, we were just started dating, she was opening up, and I said, you ever tired? You ever feel like you weren't actually at home?
Exhausted.
Yeah.
It's like, I was actually exhausted. I never thought maybe I'd left. And I'm like, sure sounds like you did.
I mean, a possibility. No, yeah. That's creepy.
It was
I'm
horrible.
glad, if you did astral project, I'm glad you found your way back.
Right. Especially from that one, right?
Yeah, that was
Chris, I had a question with, say, like when you said you shut it down, so you saw the lady that had passed, right?
Yeah.
Did you see her like how you would normally see her, or did you see her like as a deceased?
It was weird. It was like she was so long story short, we were a friend of my brother's friends, their mom had died from cancer. Mm-hmm. And we went over to their house, and we were watching movies, and it was 6 months to a year, maybe after she had passed. And she had a sewing room upstairs that when she passed, they locked it. The dad put a padlock on it. They hadn't been in that room since she had passed. And the only bathroom in the house was upstairs. I was 12. I was there with my brother. We were watching movies downstairs. Well, I had to use the restroom. So I go upstairs. And of course, as I'm approaching the door, you get that queasy, creepy feeling. And I walk by and it's locked. Padlock shut, everything. I went into the bathroom. I come back out. And as I'm walking down the hall, I look and it's open. It was padlocked and shut when I walked past it. And you just get that, you're between being 12 years old and going, this was closed. I know somebody died. I started to peek in. And as I peeked in, I sensed something to my right. And I turned and she was here.
Yeah.
And she looked real, not a whole lot of color, but she was trying to talk to me and I couldn't hear what she was saying. It was just, she was talking, but with no sound and right in my face. And I freaked out. I completely freaked. And
Pretty horrible.
they actually thought that I was lying because they went upstairs and the door was locked.
So I do want to know, how did you get home?
Oh, my brother took me home.
Oh,
Told me
thank God,
he told me I was being a baby and took me home. We have a loving
Siblings.
family.
Yeah, siblings.
Yeah.
That's not it. That's
Oh
not
my gosh.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. No, I was just curious because I was wondering why was it that like you shut it down? What, of course, with that experience like that up in your
Mhm.
face, I can understand that. And I was like thinking maybe he saw her like dead. You know what I'm saying? So,
No, she was standing there talking to me. I mean, she wasn't completely solid, but she wasn't completely transparent. It was weird.
Right.
Right.
What's up, guys? Thank you everybody again for being in the chat.
Thank you. Hello, Jenny.
Jenny,
What's up?
how's it going?
Cocos are here.
Yep.
Everybody's here. Did you ever find yourself, well, it was naturally for you, but did you ever find yourself maybe doing something to tune it up or like investigations, like to open yourself up more or something? Did you ever?
Oh, I do now. Yeah. I do now, and I have since I started back. I started tuning it up and fine-tuning it now. So I'll be 53 this year, and I've been officially investigating with equipment since I was about 21.
No.
And literally, when we moved to North Carolina, I had a flash drive that was a terabyte of 20
Very sad.
some odd years of evidence. That got
Wow.
Ruined.
it got ruined, and I lost all of that evidence after
Ruined.
20 years worth of stuff.
Very heartbreaking.
Oh.
Very heartbreaking. Lots of EVPs. I had a couple pictures of apparitions that I had captured over the years, and it was devastating. I lost that.
Wow.
Even took it in, tried to see if they could get it back. They couldn't get it back.
Oh, what you can do now is just upload it as soon as you can.
Right. Wow.
Well, now I do it to the cloud. Yeah, everything's on the cloud now. That way it's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah,
I did. So
I know.
When
I can tell.
when and this is different from what I was going to ask later on, but being that you originally met in Arizona, then you went to North Carolina, and now you guys are residing in Ohio.
Yeah.
How are the paranormal locations from area to area? I'm just curious because I've never been to any of those three locations. So how is the community? How is the paranormal locations comparing one to the other?
I'll start and he can embellish. Phoenix, because we had been there for about 30 years. Again, I'm originally from Ohio. He's originally from Nebraska. We met in Phoenix. We'd both been there a long time. So we knew the area and we got to know the people. So our biggest place that we went to a lot was Tombstone. Huge on our love list. We love Tombstone. Got to know a lady, Nora, who ran the Watt and Tarbell's funeral home,
Parlor,
basically.
yeah.
And so we would go in as guests, but we ended up helping her kind of run her investigations because we just got so involved in it for her. So it was more because we were there for so long. When we moved to, I think somebody asked a question, we were in Charlotte, North Carolina. We are now outside of Toledo.
Just outside
We're in
of Toledo.
Perrysburg,
Yeah.
Ohio currently. But in Charlotte, the East Coast was tough to break into. They were very secretive. They didn't want to share. I mean, we had a hard time we just kind of drove around a lot. And then that's when we found our Montgomery house. We were just doing day trips to try and get kind of familiar with the area. And we passed this beautiful old mansion for them from back in the day. And we kind of like stopped, reversed, kind of pulled in. It didn't look lived in, but it was furnished. And Chris did some digging and found the historical society. And
6 months worth of digging.
Yeah, it took 6 months. So it was a process. And now again, just because I'm from Ohio doesn't mean I've been here for 35 years. So we're starting all over again, trying to get our feet wet and find the spots. But a lot of them, there are paranormal groups that run some of the locations around here currently. So we're still looking though, and we got our little feets in the water. So there's a couple places.
So Arizona, you had to know. You either had to know somebody, or it was a lot of pay to play investigations, right?
Yeah.
Like we were good friends with Tony and Cherie in Arizona, and part of their paranormal group, and they had control of the Phelps Dodge Mining Hospital in Ajo, and we helped them run investigations at that for 2.5 years there.
No.
And then we had our friends down in Tombstone. I mean, we had multiple friends down in Tombstone. Nora was our best because she let us get in there and do investigations with her. And then she'd bring people in that would book like an investigation, not like a private, but people coming in off the street in Tombstone going, "Ooh, I want to see ghosts.
I want to do a ghost hunt."
Well, then the three of us, Nora would sit down with them, and she would do stuff, and then I would meander around and pick up what I was sensing. And people would actually come back to Nora and say, when is that couple going to come back and do the investigations with you? Because that was the best one we've had yet.
Aww.
Yeah. It turned out pretty cool. So we would go down, every 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, every 2 to 3 months.
Yeah. And we'd pull our travel trailer down there, and we'd stay down there for 3-4 days and do a couple of investigations with her. We did the bird cage. I can't tell you how many times.
Yeah, that's my goals. I want to go there.
Yeah, it's fantastic. There's
the bird cage is neat. There's definitely a few locals that have spirits that have been there a long time that you know, as any location, the more familiar you are with it, the more they interact with you and get to know you and open up with you, if you will. And yeah, there's a cowboy there that's super sweet, super protective of kind of the whole town, really.
Yeah.
He goes through like the whole town, not just that one location.
Oh, yeah, they travel from building to building.
He's been in a couple different ones.
We would pick him up at Watt and Tarbell's, which is 3.5 buildings down from the bird cage, and then we'd pick him up in the bird cage. We actually had the cowboy. There was one cowboy that when you were up on the bird cage stage, he would lean against the door, kind of like, you ever seen the silhouette that they make?
Yeah.
The popular silhouette.
The popular silhouette.
He
would literally lean against the door and kick his foot up on the edge of the door where the stairs went down. And I actually had him on picture. That was on that terabyte, right? That I lost. I had a picture of his shadow leaning against the door.
Yeah.
Like the Marlboro Man.
Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah. We were there one time. They had different people that would, obviously do the tours and whatnot. And we'd done it so many times that we're like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Let's just get to the end kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But this one, we were sitting there at the end of going through the bird cage. They'd walk you through, do the history, you do a couple like EVPs and so on and so forth. At the end of the tour, you'd actually go backstage. They would keep it completely dark.
Right next to the Mariah, the old,
literally next to the Mariah. Mm-hmm. And you would sit there in dark as a group, and there can be
anywhere from 6 to 12.
Yeah, I was gonna say 6 to 20 people. Yeah,
maybe
it just
20.
depends.
Yeah,
up to 20. Yeah, there's a lot one night. And Chris and I even were like, this gal just doesn't know.
She wasn't a believer. She
doesn't know shit.
you knew she was there. You knew she was just there to get the paper.
And I remember Chris, we were sitting there one night, and I'm like, he was like he is now to my right, and I'm like leaning in. I'm like, he's like, what are you doing? Like, there's somebody next to me, and I don't like it. Like, I could just feel somebody like right in my ear, and we same dang
Yeah.
thing,
Well-
same thing. And he whispered in my ear, "We don't like her."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I
What's
knew
funny is
somebody was right there.
She's leaning on me. She's saying there's somebody right there. And I went, there's a male next to you. And I went, he's mad. He does not like the tour guide. And we actually caught an EVP of a male whispering, "We don't like her."
We don't like her.
Oh, wow.
That was crazy.
You hear me go, "It's a male" on the recording. You hear me go, "It's a male." He's saying that they don't like her. And then immediately following me saying that, I mean, Audra's like this.
I was just going,
She
"God,
could
get
feel
away."
him, right?
He was just like, right here.
The minute I said they're saying that they don't like her, we picked up that EVP of the male voice saying, we don't like
We
her.
don't like her.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
it was
cool. 'Cause it went, you know, you just validated what they're feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said
But then
something.
we get to North Carolina,
Yeah.
where Arizona, we have all these places to play.
Yeah, for real.
And
So there's our friend Yvette in the chat, she asked what part of North Carolina were you guys at?
We were in Charlotte.
well, we were right outside of
Outside,
Charlotte.
yeah.
We lived in a little town called Locust, just east of Charlotte.
Charlotte's the easiest to say.
And so you don't think there was like many things there? I guess.
Oh, there's tons of haunted stuff
Oh, okay.
in North Carolina.
Yeah, we did. We went down to Wilmington.
We did the USS North Carolina.
USS North Carolina. We ran the Montgomery House, so that house that we were telling
1830s
you about,
plantation home.
We ran that
Yep.
for the 4 years or so we were there. There's a
Place called the
Trivet
Trivet
Clinic,
yeah.
which is awesome.
Oh yeah, we know.
Yes,
My
yes.
friends in the chat be going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really neat place. So definitely there's a lot there. There is a ton on the East Coast compared to the West Coast.
Yeah. That's what I've always said. I'm in California. Yep.
Yes.
But
Trivet Clinic.
in the South, you have to know somebody or have a location.
Yeah.
And luckily, we had a location. We ended up getting to meet a lot of good people and a lot of paranormal groups. And then we actually did a lot of private groups with Piedmont Paranormal.
Yeah, PPIT.
PPIT. They would call us up to do readings, remote readings, or once we did a reading and they'd go out to do a private investigation for a home, or they'd actually invite us along and we did some cleansings for them. So yeah, it turned out to produce a lot of stuff and we met a lot of people, but in the beginning,
It was tough.
as an outsider, it was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's here too. I feel
Is
like
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's places, but people hold their spots tight, or
Oh,
they
yeah.
charge,
Yeah.
they charge an
Yeah.
extreme amount of money, and I'm
Or they're
like,
just very picky about what, you know, if you're a YouTuber, what YouTuber gets in, and you
Yeah.
know,
Right.
Yeah, then you have those people, which is so stupid, you know, like
Yeah.
Right.
you want to investigate your place or not? Like, hello.
yeah,
Right.
money's money at the end of the day. If I'm paying you, what's the freaking difference? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
Before I ask you about the Montgomery House, I was gonna ask Audra. So you felt the spirits, right? So you also were always like sensitive, or do you find yourself more sensitive now, being this whole time with Chris? Like I think Armando's gotten more sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Being with me.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like it
Yeah.
kind of like opened up.
It's great question. Thank you. It's probably a little both. And again, I think as a child, you don't realize like what's normal, what's not normal. So as a kid, you're used to, I mean, I had, if you want to call it a spirit guide, it was my childhood friend. It was called Luna. I have no idea.
Oh,
My guardian angel. I don't know. I mean, my playmate, I had one. And then again, you kind of like, you just block that, like that doesn't exist. I grew up, whatever. And I didn't really get the doors open back up until hanging out with Chris a little bit more. I mean, there were times in my life where I had a really good girlfriend of mine in Ohio, actually. And she was just like, you say something and it happens. You know somebody's going to call you. You know, I mean, so there was odds and ends like that. But again, you just kind of like, oh, yeah, whatever. Until, being with Chris, I think being comfortable and kind of opening it back up. But I'm very protected. So it's hard for me to just open up willy-nilly. I don't really do that just because, again, my dreams were so wicked that I definitely have like I lived it. I don't want to live it again. So I keep myself protected, and it's really hard. Like I try not to do investigations with kids because I'm going to be there to protect them, and I can't investigate. So I try not to do anything with kids at all.
Our kids.
do you
We don't-
find yourself being attracted to, I guess children's spirit? Because I get that. Yeah.
Yes. So we went, well, the Montgomery House, prime example, when we first investigated, and of course they're like going, you're not going to prove anything. Nothing's happened here. There's been no
the historical
deaths
society.
Here.
Nobody was murdered in the house. No, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, we're like, when it doesn't matter. So it was during the day. It was just Chris and myself and Carrie from HOH. And we were sitting there. HOAH, sorry. So we were walking downstairs, and it's just basically a 4 over 4. So 4 rooms upstairs, 4 downstairs, literally even.
With like a shotgun hallway in between.
Yeah, literally shotgun hallway. Mm-hmm. And I was walking from one room into the shotgun hallway, and I mean, like, I just stopped like dead in my tracks. I'm like, there's a little servant boy, like 5, 6, like I could like see him. He was the cutest thing, but he's literally just looking up at me and just biggest grin, the most adorable thing I'd seen. And then Chris,
we work in tandem really well.
We do.
He said that, and I went, hang on. His name's Joseph. He's 5. He was one of the house servants. Oh. And so I turned on the spirit box, and I laid it down and let it play. And I went, Joseph, why are you here? And we have an EVP that's on our website, and I still have that one. Well, it's not an EVP. It's coming through the spirit box. You hear him repeat, here?
Yeah.
No.
Right away.
Yeah. Aww. So the best part is when we presented the evidence to the historical society, because this was us going, hey, let us prove it's haunted.
Right.
And then we can come bring in groups and make money.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So once we presented all the evidence that we captured, we had like 7 EVPs and then 6 or 7.
We really specify, like, these are it for us. I mean, there were like 6 or 7, and we presented like 4 because we're the opposite for us.
Class A, you can hear it. There's no doubt. We're not telling you what it says. We don't put the words on the screen. I literally put it on a giant speaker.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll let you listen to it. You tell me what you hear. And so we presented those 4 EVPs to him, and then we presented the spirit box of Joseph, and we told them, she saw him. I picked up his age. I picked up his name, little servant boy. They went back and found in the 1870 census, Dr. Montgomery had a 5-year-old servant boy named Joseph. I have a picture of the census.
Yeah, it was the most
sick.
incredible thing.
That's awesome.
It's crazy.
It was phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just when you think you're crazy, somebody goes, maybe not.
Yeah. But so yes, to answer your question, yeah, quite a bit. I'm more drawn to they're more drawn to me, however way you want to look at it, to the children.
Yeah.
Audra has this, she talks about her protection. The first few times we went on investigations, I could feel her energy. And she's like, there's nothing going on. I don't hear anything. And I'm like, why don't you go stand over there? The minute she got about 50 feet away from me, I started hearing things. I started picking up other things. Stuff started happening. And I'm like, you are putting up this protective barrier. And she goes, no, I don't do that. Here's the best part.
True.
We are down in Tombstone one night.
Oh.
We were down in Tombstone one night, and we did a session with Nora, and there was 5 other people there, where they go up and they stand in one area of
like in the middle of the room.
And we put a laser grid on them. And then we start asking, the entities or the people there, come in and say hi. We'll see you cross through the laser grid. Right. Nothing's happening. It's dead silent. And I'm like, Audra, are you putting up your protection? And she's like, no, I'm not. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all the green laser lights that are on Audra start going woo, pulsing white.
Oh, wow.
And if you go on my personal Facebook page and go way back, the picture is still on there. Everything, all the laser grid lights in the entire room are green, except for the ones touching Audra, they're white.
Oh, wow.
And I went, you need to stop or nothing's going to happen. And she literally went, okay, fine, I'll accept it. When we first started going on investigation, she would do that. Now she's completely open and we get lots of evidence. But I literally have a picture. I'll find it and I'll send it to you guys You can see that all the laser grids on Audra's back are white, but it's a green laser, and you can see it in the-
Well, and there is a gal next to me too, because usually 2 go up at a time, and she was to my left, and her back is green, has the green dots on her.
That's super cool. Yeah, that's very
Interesting.
It was weird.
And the best part is everybody in the room. I'm like, are you guys? Can I say the F word on here?
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying really hard not to.
yes.
I literally turned around and looked at everybody and went, are you guys fucking seeing this? And everybody's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
And I started snapping photos. Yeah.
That's crazy.
We had a similar thing happen to us. So when you said that, I instantly kind of like flashed back to that. So we have a train depot that's here, and Joe will attest to that. But we had a laser grid on, and we shot it to the other end of the train, and we saw what you were talking about, the laser grid, but we kind of saw like a mass, and where the laser grid was hitting the mass, it was pulsating. It was like a vibrating, pulsating thing. That was the one and only time we ever saw that. And you mentioning that, it brought me back to that. I'm like, wow,
Interesting.
we had a very similar experience.
What was there? Do you remember? Like what was it focused on?
So at that point in time, so it's like a little hallway that goes. So it was shooting this whole wall, but you can kind of walk straight, and then behind the wall, you can do that. We saw the mass right there, like if it was heading towards the behind the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that. In the train, in the diner car.
That was the one that's next to the segregation cart. Joe, if you're on the chat, which one's the one that's it's the cart that is the closest to the train?
Hey, Basha.
The train, what's that called? Where the maintenance room is. What's the cart that's closest to there? That it's that one. Yeah. So go.
Oh yeah. No, he kind of threw me off for loop. Damn.
What about the Montgomery House?
Oh, the Montgomery House.
Yeah.
So
Can you guys see it? Oh no, the green screen's killing it. Sorry. I'll send it to you guys. I just found it.
Send it to me.
Yeah.
I see the white. I see white lights.
Yeah.
I do kind of see that.
I'll send it to you.
Awesome.
So that's cool. So then they liked what you presented them, and then they were just like, yeah.
They handed us a key.
Yeah, they literally just handed us the key going, here you go.
Oh, nice.
That's freaking insane.
Oh, okay.
Joy, you need to find some place like that in freaking California.
No, man, I'm trying. I just gotta start going places and be like, hi, enjoy. I just, be a person.
For real.
Yeah.
Because this is.
Yeah.
This is
I think I'm gonna start wearing Lululemon pants.
Yeah, something.
What?
Shirts.
What do you think
in there?
Huh? Say it again. Okay. So what did you like, I guess, the most there at the Montgomery House? Like, what was your favorite room, or was there one room more active than the other? Like, did you have a favorite area, I guess?
Well, Joseph was always pretty reactive, and Mrs. Montgomery. So Mrs. Montgomery and I definitely had a connection. She was definitely the lady of the house. She ran it with an iron fist for sure. I remember when we first got the key,
The passenger.
and we were kind of thinking, all right, what, we need to welcome ourselves in their home and introduce ourselves. And Chris is like, well, maybe I should bring her flowers. I'm like, at first they were that sweet, and I'm like, no. Back in that day, they'd be like, you courting her.
Yeah.
So I kind of
Get your ass kicked.
I kind of looked, what are you supposed to bring? Like a welcome gift, if you will. So we got salt and candles.
Mm-hmm.
And we hit it off so well. There was bread.
Yeah. And bread.
There was a time we went there. We were just kind of cleaning up because lots of bugs in North Carolina, as you guys probably get in Florida.
And spiders.
So sweeping up, getting the cobwebs down, and Chris was upstairs spraying for bugs. I'm, vacuuming.
Let's
and,
premise this. Every time we went in there, we would sit down a recorder upstairs and a recorder downstairs.
Always.
Even if we were just cleaning up, prepping for an investigation.
Yeah.
So the one time we did that, and, listening back to the recorder, what did it say? Do you remember the word?
I walk up and I go, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "I'm just trying to get these cobwebs down." And you hear a deep male's voice go, "Leave them."
Leave them. Like,
Servant.
I'm not a servant. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, remember, guys, this is the South.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Early 1800s.
Yeah, 1830 to 1855, they were in the house. So.
Wow.
It's crazy. Do you know if it's still open to investigate now that you guys left? Like, what are they doing?
Yes. So
Yes.
the one thing so for everybody watching, we only charged $150 for an investigation because there was no plumbing. It was all original.
Oh, awesome. Look at
Yeah,
you.
we have,
Here you go.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Here's the great the great thing is PPIT, good friends of ours, did they did like 5 or 6 investigations at the Montgomery
And
house.
then we would go with them.
And then those are the people that we would do the privates with. But when we decided that we were moving, I didn't want the Montgomery Historical Society to lose any money for that because it wasn't generating anything. Everything that we generated just took care of the house. That was it.
Right.
So I did all the repairing. Somebody else did the mowing. The alarm company was let them have the alarm system for free, right? And monitored it. So everything was money we generated to keep it going. I didn't want to walk away from that. So we introduced PPIT to the Montgomery County Historical Society, and they took over, and they're still doing.
Yep.
They're doing what we did.
They are now hosting.
They are now hosting.
Nice.
that's awesome.
That's cool. That's good.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Was there anything in the land that also maybe created a haunting too, or kind of like the Conjuring house is like the land, or is it just?
Yeah. So ironically enough, it's about 5 miles away, 2 to 5 miles away from Mount Gilead, and in Mount Gilead they found one of the oldest archaeological finds of the oldest recorded indigenous Indian tribe in the United States.
Wow.
Like we're talking 703.
Yeah. Old.
Some of the artifacts carbon date back to 703, and there was old Indian mounds and burial grounds in that area. So there was an indigenous Pedi tribe in that area for hundreds of years. So we would actually pick up. There was an Indian girl Native American girl in the backyard that we would pick up, and then there was also a servant girl in the backyard too, because unfortunately it only sits on an acre of land. It was originally 5,000 acres.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, all but that 1 acre got sold to a logging company, and the servants at the Montgomery house were treated as family. So when Mrs. Montgomery passed away, and Mr. Montgomery, he kept the house, but he only came back once every 6 months or so. But he let the servants stay there.
Nice.
They still worked the land. They weren't. I mean, they didn't treat them like slaves were treated in the South. He treated them like kind of like servants. He didn't treat them like family, but he didn't treat them like slaves.
Yeah.
So they stayed on the property. They raised their families. They took care of it. They farmed it. Right. They lived there, and he would come back once every 6 months until he passed on. But
I think I heard that story.
What's that?
I think I heard that story. I think my friend from Ohio, Get Him Sugar. I think she went there. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a sad story. Yeah.
The sad thing is when the logging company took over, the servants' cemetery in the back, they didn't move the bodies. They just plowed over the gravestones.
Damn.
So somewhere behind the house is still a servant's cemetery, but you don't know where it's
But
at.
the weird thing is, if you're standing in the back of the house and you're looking outside, to the left of the house was where the servant girl was. To the right of the house was where the Native American, and they never crossed.
They never crossed.
Never. I mean, we would see them on literally opposite sides.
There was literally a tree line and then like an open field. The open field is where the servant girl was. The tree line is where the Native American was, and neither one of them would go into the opposite.
Never.
Interesting. Yeah.
Huh.
Even
We don't have.
Yeah, I mean, I know, right? I don't know why, but we just never did. So.
Oh, wow.
And Dane, did you have to know?
No, I actually wanted to ask him about that. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I didn't know that until more recently, but some people don't know you are an ordained minister.
Mhm.
Still?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've been for 13 years. I've conducted 2 memorial ceremonies and that's 6 weddings. The last wedding I did was my son's.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And it definitely helps with the blessings, of course.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna ask. How did this help during like investigations and what made you decide to do this anyways? Do that.
It started out as a friend of mine was getting married, and I said, you know what? Why don't I get ordained, and then I can do the wedding. Well, I got ordained, I did his wedding, and then it went from there. And then I'm super spiritual. I'll be honest, I'm not into organized religion. I don't go to church. I used to. I did as a teenager. I was heavy into it. I was actually a youth minister when I was younger. There were some things that happened in the church that pushed me away from organized religion. But when it comes to Jesus is my savior and he died for our sins, you will not. I have my faith and it cannot be unwavered. So I combined that with the fact that I was an ordained minister and did some research. I actually started digging deep. We have a friend of ours, Joe Thompson, that was going to start. He's a demonologist. I was going to get deep into that with him, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to go that far into it. I just want enough to know that I can go out. I can meet people that have something going on in their home. I can bless the house, ask the light of God to come in and make them feel safe in their home. That's all I want to do. So I took it to that stage. And then along the way, I had a couple people ask me, hey, like Tony and Cherie, when her mom passed, they asked me, it was actually a pretty neat experience. They asked me to perform the memorial ceremony from North Carolina for her mom. In the Philippines. Her brother was in Japan. It was a virtual memorial.
Wow.
And it was Phoenix, North Carolina, the Philippines, and Japan. And I did the whole service for their mom for a memorial. So it was pretty neat.
That's very cool. Yeah,
That's
that's
neat.
that's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
It's a lot of pressure.
But I'm sure you did really good. So
Yeah.
and you know, you being their friends and knowing them, you know, it's very special.
Right.
Yeah.
More
It comes
special,
from
yeah.
at that
Exactly.
point.
That's very nice.
And just hearing you speak, man, I can only imagine how that is.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was about, luckily they gave me 2 months in advance. So I did a ton of research. You know, luckily they were Catholics. So it wasn't like I had to reach into Buddhism or anything like that. It was like, okay,
Yeah.
let me do a Philippine Catholic memorial. I'm not Catholic, but it was they have different stages of memorial.
Yeah.
And the stage that I was doing was the dedication, the love of life, and then letting the children speak. It was about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Was that how? But I had 2 months to prepare for it, and then everything that I prepared for it, I sent to them and said, I want to make sure this is okay with you. And they all thought it was the greatest thing on earth. So it was like, well, good. My research turned out. So,
That's
but
good.
it was pretty cool.
Have you been to a location where you ever felt like you needed more? Like you know, like if it's really bad where you needed more help, I guess to cleanse a place or like to bless a place?
Not yet. We did do one private in North Carolina where it was tricky. There was a lot of energy. I wouldn't say it was dark. There was a lot of energy coming through, and I'm not one to say portal, but there was definitely something in the basement of the house where I was literally standing there and I could see foot traffic.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like standing at the airport watching people get on a plane, get off a plane in the basement, and the energy was intense. But we had I went through, did the blessing. I had blessing salts. I had holy water. And then Audra was back behind, and then I had 3 other ladies. It was Carrie and Southeast Paranormal that were behind us in the house, and they were doing the Lord's Prayer on top of what I was doing. And then coming in behind was Audra with the sage. And then when we got down to the basement, the one room, I would not let the rest of them go in. And I went in and I hit it with, I think I went through a gallon of holy water and salts in that one room. But I told them after it was all said and done, mean, it worked. Everything got brighter. It was
amazing.
It was amazing. The effect that it had was phenomenal.
Right.
That's God. That's God doing it, not me, but God and Jesus. But
Wow.
it was pretty cool. But we sat down at the restaurant an hour after, and I was completely exhausted. And I told them, I looked at Audra and I went, I was worried about that one. Not because it was dark, but because there was so much energy. I didn't.
Yeah. That's all.
I wanted to go back to the comment that go get them paranormal, but so the Church of God is within you, not behind walls and stone and mortar. I agree with that 100%. That's
100%.
actually just like similar to you, Chris. I had bad experiences with church, and it wasn't until, and I kind of felt bad that I felt that way, but it wasn't until I saw that that passage with you.
It makes you.
That
People make you feel guilty, right? And you're like, you don't have to.
And once I felt that,
shame.
like I didn't feel the guilt anymore. So 100%.
Yep.
100%. One thing
I showed you something.
No, we had spoke about this, but then I saw it after speaking about it.
Yeah.
What I did want to ask you guys. So thank you, Joe, for mentioning it was called the Florida. It was a Florida Eastern Railroad. It was a passenger cart, is what that was.
Okay.
But now, what I wanted to ask you is, what I do remember also about that with the laser grid is, whenever I can sense that there's like spirit or something that's maybe a little bit more stronger than your normal spirit, I almost get some type of like bodily like reaction, like my core
Fart?
like not that. Like my core
Little gurgle.
What I normally do get is my ear.
No, he gets his stomach starts hurting, which is I'm like, that's your solar plexus.
Right.
You always get that was first, and then his ear like hurts.
Yeah, for the longest time it switched to my ear.
Yeah.
And it's only this ear in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Like once I kind of lose a little bit of hearing out of it, it sounds muffled, but I'm like, all right, there's something here because I can feel it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you get something like that?
Like some type of body signal. Yeah, that's good.
I get chills that come up my spine.
Mm-hmm.
And when I feel something's coming close, it stops literally about the base of my skull.
Yeah.
When it's right there with us, it comes across the top of my head. And I'll go, there's something here. And most of the time when it gets about to the base of my skull, I turn and I start trying to pick up whatever's in the room. And usually by the time I get that chill across the top of my head, I'll go, there's a female here. There's a male here. There's something going on. Like the Trans-Allegheny, oh, good God. Talk about.
Yeah.
We walked in, we were with Anthony Simonelli and Teresa from Seekers.
Yeah.
And we walked onto the first floor, and this was the best Trans-Allegheny by far is my favorite.
If you haven't been, everybody it's a bucket list for sure.
We walked
Isn't that
on
the expensive one, the really expensive one.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, it's like $1,500. But if you get a group, I mean, it's $150. If you need, so you can do a small group of like 10 to 20 people, and it's
$150 a person.
Yeah, very affordable at that point.
And the place is so big, 10, 12 people, you barely ever see each other.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's what I like.
We walked onto the first floor, and they're out in front of me, and I got that chill, and it started to crawl up to and I looked up, and a nurse walked out of one of the rooms. And I'm like, there's a nurse standing in the middle of the hallway. And when I said that, she turned and looked at us, and she went,
You could see me? Yeah.
she got blocked and turned and walked away. And as she walked away, she just vanished.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I looked at her and went, did you guys see that? And they're like, no. And I went, the bitch looked at us.
Not much does,
Right.
which is weird.
I'm getting chills now. In almost 30 years of investigating, that was the first, 30 years.
Yeah.
That was the first time I've seen something where besides the experience I had when I was 12, where they actually acknowledged us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she looked shocked like we were there. And I'm like, what the hell?
Maybe she thought you were a ghost.
That's what I was trying to tell them. She was probably, shit, is there ghosts in here?
Oh, she's like, oh shit. They can see.
Chris,
I'm Italian and Italian. What the hell?
further clarify. So when, as far as what you feel, as it's going from the back of your head to the front, that's when the information is coming to you. You feel?
Ooh, I never thought about it like that. Yeah, and it comes fast. It's weird. It comes fast.
Yeah.
So I've talked to a lot of people that, and I by no means call myself psychic at all. I tell people I'm sensitive. I can pick up energy. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it works more than I want it to. Sometimes I get information that just comes out of left field. It's always fast.
Yeah.
And I tell people it comes in fast. And when I start spitting out what I'm seeing or hearing, or if I'm typing to you, telling you what I'm picking up and seeing and hearing, the minute it slows down and starts getting more detailed, I stop.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where my imagination's starting to pick up. Right.
Sure. Yeah.
And too much detail is too much detail. And the times that I've spit stuff out for 5-10 minutes, how accurate would you say I've been?
Like 99. Yeah.
It's almost scary.
Yeah.
Like we had PPIT reached out to me. They had a family in North Carolina that wanted them to do an investigation. And they said, hey, can you read the house? And what I do is just send me the address. I'll do a I'll go to Google Maps and I'll just look at the property from Google Maps.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in my office. I'm looking at the property on Google Maps. We're at home. We're 2 hours away from where the property is. And Audra's in the kitchen. She goes, is it a white trailer? And I'm like, get your ass in here.
See this house, blah blah blah, and I'm doing dishes, and I just kind of like, wait, is it a white trailer? He's like, get in here now.
So I opened up the message to PPIT and I just start typing. This is what I'm getting. There's a shed out back, something with the shed. There's a lot of energy coming from there. I don't know what's going on. There's a ton of energy coming there. And then I started picking up, hang on, Nick knows. Nick knows. What does Nick know? Who the hell's Nick? What is this? And then I'll throw out, hey, they hear noises in the house. They see a shadow walk across the kitchen. Just there's taps on the windows. There's taps on the doors that they can't figure out where it's coming from. But the minute it starts getting too detailed, like he's wearing blue jeans, he's wearing then I stop. And I sent this to them. They went, they called the lady and they sat down with her and said, hey, this is what our friend who did a reading picked up. Well, come to find out, the lady that lived in that home prior to them owning it passed away. She was having an affair with the neighbor 2 doors down, and they would meet in the shed out back and do the woo, right?
Do the what?
Here's the best
What
part.
are they doing?
Doing the woohoo. Well, I don't know what those people called it back then because it was an older couple, and they were both married.
Doing the
So anyway, what?
Not to each other.
Not to each other. But come to find out, I kept saying Nick knows. Nick knows. The gentleman that was sleeping with the lady in the house,
The husband.
the energy coming out of the shed about 3 months after she passed, he lost it, hung himself in the shed.
Mm.
Oh wow.
Her son's name is Nick. He's the one that found the guy hanging in the shed.
Oh man.
The minute he told the homeowner that, they said, okay, we'll let you know when you can come do the investigation. And then they never called back again.
That was it. They were like,
They freaked them out.
Yeah, it freaked him out.
Wow, that sucks.
No way.
And he's like, we scared the hell out of her. She doesn't want us back. And I'm like, I'm just, tools were the only thing banging around in the shit. That's right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. That doesn't always happen though.
Yeah, like it did freak them out, but I mean, it is what it is. It's
right. You can't hide from the truth.
No. Well, then it starts making me go, why are you freaked out? What did Nick know that he shouldn't have known?
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Did Nick hang him? I'm just kidding.
So
Not
many
sure.
questions.
Crazy.
Don't start rumors.
Yeah, don't start rumors.
How do you add to the he's banging the neighbor in the shed?
I don't
I mean, what more of a rumor can I put out there?
That's crazy. But like the remote, I guess like picking up remote stuff, like I try to do that as well. I do that as practice, but that's pretty dope. That's
Making whoopee.
making it.
Whoopee.
That's what they used to say back then.
There you go, Joe. Thank you.
I was making whoopee.
Is that what they do? Is that what it's called?
Now, in
Yeah,
Ohio, so
I didn't
Ohio-
pick up that part because that would be like picking up a porn channel in your head, right?
Well, I knew they didn't pick that up, but you knew there was something happening. It was it's a lot of energy going on back there. So
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of hang gliding.
talk about Ohio. How's now the move in Ohio? I know you're actively looking for places, but you know what? Has anything ever followed you home from like the Montgomery house or no?
No.
We keep ourselves pretty protected. I mean, we sage a lot. We've got quartz crystals on every
St. Benedict
doorway,
medals at every corner of the house.
I mean, other than, obviously, I'm sure everybody who's done this knows you always close down when you're ready to leave.
Yeah.
Don't follow me home. I appreciate you,
Ground yourself.
taking time to talk with us, but you stay here.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, Chris talks about my bubble. Nothing's going to get in my house.
Right.
You're not coming. No. You stay where you're
That's how,
supposed
that's
to
how
be.
Jen is. Yeah, Jen's the same way. She locks it down
I'm
like
the same way.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had
Why are you pointing at me?
more of a
Probably.
no. But different locations. So as weird as this sounds, we had one of the, it was both in Arizona, from the
Michael.
hospital, when we used to run the hospital with Tony and Cherie Rathman. There was a spirit there named Michael. We have to interact with him. We have to interact with him all the time. And there was one time in Tombstone where things got more
Intense.
don't
My
like to
spirit
use the
animal
word
showed
dark,
up. Yeah.
if you will, but more intense. And Michael came through and we could tell his voice, and he was talking to the other spirits, basically telling them to like calm down, leave them alone, kind of thing. It was crazy.
We actually had an EVP
Mm-hmm.
that I said, that sounds like Michael.
Yeah,
And I got a response on the recorder. It is Michael.
it is Michael.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So maybe from a location to location, like maybe if you connect with a certain spirit, that sometimes they can be, I don't want to say your spirit guide, but guarding angel sometimes too, that they will maybe
Travel
follow
with
you
him.
around.
He did the same thing with Tony and Cherie.
Yeah, all the way
He would respond to them in the hospital, and then when they did their investigation in the Philippines, they picked him up there too.
Yep. When you get to know somebody, I mean, like a person, like a good friend, you get to know them so well that they want to make sure that you're
I don't know if we call
protected.
Michael a good friend.
Well, in that field, maybe.
You're reading the comment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those Cocos,
Just cocos.
awesome people.
Dos Cocos.
Love our buddies.
Awesome people.
Love us some Dos Cocos.
I know Carmela also. She gets
Oh yeah.
she wants to turn it off or something.
Right.
Doesn't know how to and stuff. Yeah.
Well, Carmela's at that point to where she knows she's picking it up and she spits it out, but then she goes, "I think I'm crazy."
Yeah.
No, you're not crazy.
Yeah, that's what I tell her. You're not, man. Just,
Hold on, I gotta say this to Mella real quick. I think I abbreviated it wrong. I was in the process of writing it and I deleted it. It's good to see you. Is how you do it, but I forgot the why.
I've never wrote it like that.
PTSU.
I seen it in chat, so I'm like, oh, let me just freaking start. Go with the trend.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get old and you don't know shit about abbreviations or what.
We're not part of the
Yeah, for real. The new, oh my god! Don't even get me started with the
Good
slang.
jargon,
Oh, God, I don't know. I'm like, what the hell is? First of all, good or what was that?
What a sick
There's so many of them right now. I can't even start.
Good to see you.
is pretty much like your
No,
confidence.
we know.
But
Yeah, I know beeper codes. I'll get you. I know
Beeper codes.
143.
Sorry, I just took the subject way off.
It was, you can't call before 9:00 p.m. because they would charge the minutes.
Hey,
We know.
Shannon.
Yeah, back in the day for sure.
Well, speaking of back in the day, so we had the honor of meeting Chris and Audra. We met Anthony, Samanelli and Jenny, Ron and Lourdes, Tony and Cherie. We all met them at Gettysburg Bash. All of you guys were amazing folks. And you were also a part of a show called Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence.
Yes.
Which we absolutely loved the show, and unfortunately the show had to end. And there was something that you used to say at the end of your show every single time.
It's right back there behind.
It's that little phrase that's right behind them.
Yeah.
Stay haunted.
Exactly.
When that show ended, it was really sad, and there was to honor you guys. I had mentioned the whole Stay Haunted as a closing of that episode that filmed right after the end of you guys' show. But I wanted to give you your flowers because in honor of that, I actually ended up making the ending of our show or our outro based off of the Stay Haunted.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So if you hear Get Spooked, that's kind of like my version of Stay Haunted.
That's awesome.
Yay.
But I absolutely love to Stay Haunted. And then I loved hearing that you were going to do a new show called Stay Haunted with the Dos Cocos, that we love them very much, or like my daughters call them, the Hot Cocos, or Team Meow Meow. Hot Cocos, Team Meow Meow. We absolutely love the four of you guys.
Yeah.
So just take us to the decision to making that show. EVPE is done. Like you had said in your very first episode, Stay Haunted was the tagline for the end of the episode, but Stay Haunted still had life in it.
Yes.
So please take us back to that point. You decided to go with an excellent addition, even though they were essentially, like you called them in episode 1 5 months ago, they were podcast virgins.
Yes.
So what made them
Awesome.
the ideal fit for the new show? Why were they chosen? Why did you feel like Stay Haunted wasn't done?
Mhm.
Just talk to us about that decision and the birth of an amazing show has it been the past 5 months.
Thank you. So, like you said, Stay Haunted. It was funny because Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence. The very first show was Tony, Cherie, Rathman, and then Audra and I. And then Ron and Lourdes came on as guests, just like you guys were guests on the show a couple times.
Yeah.
And then we decided when we moved to North Carolina, there was 2 weeks where we couldn't be on the show, so they invited Ron and Lourdes on as guest host, and then it stuck.
Nice.
But at the end of that first episode, I looked at her and I'm like, before this ends, there's got to be something that sets us.
Some sort of tagline.
We got to have a tagline that sets us apart. So right when Tony said goodbye, I went, "Stay Haunted, everybody." Well, then it became a Jerry Springer moment at the end. It's like, how do we set this up so I can say Stay Haunted, right? And even the shows where I had to travel for work, somebody tried to fill in, but Stay Haunted always ended the show. And the reason we decided Stay Haunted wasn't done yet is because, unfortunately, there was a falling out with Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence.
Personal reasons.
I won't get into
Everybody went
detail.
their own way.
Right, everybody went their own way. But Stay Haunted, the show itself it was something that we absolutely love to do. You guys know we don't make anything off of this. As a matter of fact, it costs us money most of the time, right?
Yeah.
It's our passion in the paranormal. When we're not out investigating, how do we continue talking about paranormal? How do we meet fantastic people like the four of you guys, right? And it's all about paranormal, para-unity. Stay Haunted doesn't mean keep ghosts around you all the time. and I explained this on Entity Voices, and I explained it on, Yeah. I explained it on Stay Haunted. Stay Haunted to us means get out there, meet people like this, make the friendships, put the boots on the ground, keep the paranormal community drama free. And that's all I must say about that shit.
Yeah. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exclamation point.
Yeah.
We're all looking for answers in our own different ways. Whether we do research, whether we have abilities, we're all looking for those answers. The paranormal to us is normal.
Yeah.
It's the normal life's usually abnormal. Watch the news, right?
Mhm.
Paranormal makes sense, and we're all out there chasing the same thing. We want to have the experiences. We want to catch the evidence. We want to show it. But the most part about being staying haunted is meeting people like you guys and creating the friendships and continuing this. It's not just about chasing spirits and dead people and people that are no longer in their meat suits.
Expanding your horizons.
Expanding your horizons,
Absolutely.
learning from each other,
Yep.
being on podcasts. That's what Stay Haunted means.
Yeah.
So when the show ended, I looked at Audra and I'm like, it's nice not having to do that every Monday night, because sometimes it was a chore, but it was so much fun and we loved it. I'm not done yet. Stay Haunted is not done. The message is still there. We've got to do it. And we had become such good friends with Todd and Carmela, and we'd investigated with them. They came out to the
Yep.
Montgomery house a couple times.
Stayed with us.
They came and stayed with us. We get along great. The best part is our styles of investigating are completely different.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what better group of people to put onto a paranormal show and talk to psychics and talk to people with locations and sometimes have evidence shows and talk nothing about the paranormal when you have 4 different points of view.
Yeah.
It keeps it entertaining and keeps people watching, and it's fun.
Well, and we expanded. That was the thing too.
Yeah.
We love our evidence. I am definitely an EVP kind of girl. But it was nice to be able to take something and expand it to not just every time you come on the show, you have to have evidence. Let's talk about cryptids. Let's talk about how you investigate. Let's talk about, whatever it is that you want to bring to the table, not just evidence. So it just opened that door a lot more for us in the community as well.
Awesome.
So,
Joe,
Yep.
Joe has a question.
hold on. Oh, I had to go back to Joe. Had a question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so Joe asked, what about the cowboy in Tombstone? Do you think he was protecting multiple locations from you, or you from what's going on other locations, or
At the
location,
locations.
sorry.
Tombstone is you can't experience Tombstone one time. Especially somebody that's sensitive or psychic, a true psychic. Tombstone is it's an interesting town. Tombstone is still the Tombstone you see from Wyatt Earp, the Tombstone you see from the movie Tombstone with Kurt Russell. If you stop,
Still a Wild West.
the place shuts down at 7:30, 8 o'clock every night.
Yeah.
The only thing still open are the
Couple of
investigations
saloons.
going on in a couple saloons that most people get arrested in. But,
Yeah.
but for the most part, Allen Street literally, they call it the town that never dies. I'm telling you right now, at 8 p.m., that town
It's
dies.
done.
It dies, yeah.
But what's really cool is I had an experience there one time where I love being out there when there's nothing there, because as a sensitive that picks up energy, I would crouch down and put my hand on the sidewalks are still wood,
Oh, nice.
right?
Oh,
I
Richard.
would put my hand on there and connect with Tombstone and just listen and be quiet. And then the energy would ramp up and you could hear the wagons going down the street. You could hear the people walking down the sidewalk hand in hand, the ladies' dresses brushing off the dirt as they cross the street. Tombstone comes back alive. And then all of a sudden you understand that Tombstone really truly is the town that doesn't die because the energy's there. But to answer his question, multiple, I don't like calling them spirits because they're people. Multiple people that are no longer with us are caught in multiple locations in Tombstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they just go wherever they want to. It's like the old days. Let's jump from saloon to saloon. Let's go from this place to that place. And you can actually feel the town. And one night I was doing that. I was connecting it. I was hearing things. and I was feeling the energy of Tombstone. I opened my eyes and turned, and right in front of the Birdcage Theater, there was 5 wild deer standing right in front of the birdcage.
Mm.
I didn't hear them walk up, didn't even realize they were there. I was just doing my thing. You know, a lot of people call us weird, but this is what we do, right? I was connecting with Tombstone, and I opened my eyes, and I never heard those deer approach. And they literally stood there and stared at me for a couple seconds, and then they slowly walked off into the dark. It was an awesome experience. You have to go to Tombstone more than once to feel Tombstone and experience it.
But to kind of get back to his actual question, not protecting from us, but yes, there was a time that the energy started getting a little bit more intense. And I think he would go from place to place to kind of monitor it, if that answers your question.
Not necessarily us, just monitoring everything that was going on. It wouldn't surprise me if the shadow that we're picking up was maybe like an old deputy or sheriff or something.
That's what I was about to ask right now. See, it's connected.
Yeah. So for Mela, it's both. There's the residual energy that's there, but there are a few spirits, if you will, that will react or interact with you, and that they are still kind of keeping an eye on things, making sure everything's run. We went to one store shopping, really just perusing, and this was during the day. And I'm standing in line, and of course there's a gal behind the counter, and I'm like, and then there's the gal next to her, and she's kind of all dressed up in costume and beautiful red dress and whatever. And I kind of just turn and I look back, and she's gone. So truly there was only one person there, but there was the original person was still kind of monitoring the store. So, I mean, they're definitely still there for sure.
Yeah, I would definitely think there's a lot of residual energy still there. Definitely.
Tons. Yeah, tons.
Yeah, Mela was the one that said that. Oh, that's true. Thank you, Audra. That's
you heard that, James? It's not Mila, it's Mela.
Everybody calls her Mila.
No, only James calls her Mila.
No, Kevin too.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
yeah, he does.
Oh, you know what, Chris? There was one question I wanted to ask you, and I'll ask that question now too. I wanted to know. So, you were already ready to start investigating, and you said you bought a whole bunch of equipment. What was the first piece of equipment you ever bought?
What was it?
A digital recorder.
A digital recorder.
I've been hooked on EVPs from the start. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite piece of equipment that you have in your arsenal right now?
For both guys.
For both of you guys.
Me.
No, right? Well, I don't need anything.
So when we do an investigation, it doesn't matter where it's at. I literally walk the place by myself in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was a reserve deputy sheriff in Phoenix for 10 years. Real people scare me more than the dead.
Oh, yeah.
A haunted location doesn't scare me. So I will walk the location by myself, and where I feel and I get that chill and I pick up the energy, that's where then we spend an hour placing equipment.
Yeah.
I carry nothing during the entire investigation. Audra carries she's got her favorite.
I carry an EMF and my phone, and they're, far enough away from each other. I want to kind of pick up and capture, like, to actually record the energy. And then I'm videotaping it with my phone, and that's all I carry the whole time. That's it. So, and that usually gives us the best results, honestly, between the two of us.
Yeah. I know. Who was it that has the pink K2? Was it you?
No,
that's Carmela.
Her K2.
I know she was.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, you said, I know we were talking about, you've never investigated Gettysburg. I know we didn't get really a chance to. We went to the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
But damn, I would love to maybe plan that with you guys one day and
that would be awesome.
Because that would be pretty sick. And then, we all get to see each other and shit.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
That's what it's all about. Like, it was an amazing experience meeting you guys at Gettysburg, but I think the next step is investigating. I think that would be the icing on the cake for me.
I have a podcast question for you. Since you guys were doing the podcast for such a long time before with EVPI and now with the Cocos, have you ever noticed? Because I think I asked this to them, but now I'm going to ask you guys. Sax.
That's where we went to Sax Bridge. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I got thrown off because I thought that was the bridge from Beetlejuice. It looked just like it.
That would have been super cool if it was, right?
Right.
There's a few bridges there that I noticed. I'm like, damn, they all look like this.
Yeah.
Did you ever find? Well, maybe not because of Audra's bubble, but has anything ever happened at your house while doing a podcast, like a paranormal podcast? Like
not at ours, but
not
others.
at ours. Other people's, but not at ours.
Okay.
We actually had a couple on from Charleston, was it Savannah?
Savannah.
They have a tour company in Savannah where they do investigations at
Mike
night.
and
Courtney.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love them.
So we went back. Remember when I said I'm starting to hear stuff? There's a male in the room with you and he's angry. And remember during the podcast, I'm like, I'm hearing him speak.
Yeah.
I was in the chat.
Yes.
I was in the chat.
Todd went back and reviewed it. Yeah, Todd went back and reviewed it. And the part where I said I heard him say, he caught it. During the podcast. Yeah.
What? Oh, was it? Who was it? Was it William? Like.
Oh no! They were at their home at that point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're at home. Yeah.
But I heard it live too. While in the show, I heard it live, and I'm like, I heard what you heard, Chris. Yeah, that was awesome. Really good.
That actually happens during their show quite a bit.
Yeah, I know a lot of people pick up stuff. We've had a phantom noise here, or I had something like a light here on a wall, which I don't know what the hell that was about. Only time that's ever happened. Like, stupid things, but I like to ask people who do like shows because it seems to happen a lot.
Yeah.
So I know we're not the only crazies. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's plenty of us around.
I think it happened with Jenny Colucci too.
Yeah, it had when we had Jenny Colucci.
A lot of light things happen with Jenny, and when we've had her on, or we were on their show, maybe. I mean, things were happening, but not with us, here. Thankfully.
Well, what you guys can't see on my desk is there's 5 or 6 crystals right here.
Yeah, we've got selenite.
I've got selenite everywhere. Yeah,
I have a whole. Yes, there you go.
Yeah, we have.
I have my stuff there too.
Yeah.
Juju.
My sweet husband bought me a cabinet for all my witchy
curio
stuff.
cabinet.
So it's full.
Oh,
Nice. So tell everybody what you got planned for the future. Any investigations are you going to be doing, and what is your, what do you want to do in Ohio, and what you got going on?
Currently, we're still searching for a location in Ohio. It's going to be a little hard because
a lot of them are controlled already.
Here's the fantastic thing about where we live. Within a 15-minute radius, there's 13 to 20 locations that are haunted.
Wow.
Yeah. Some of them are active businesses, so no chance of that happening. Most of them all have paranormal groups attached to it. So we actually there's a place down the road called the Spafford House. They don't have a group attached to them yet, but it's an older group of historic people the
historians that actually own everything.
They own everything, and they're not leaning towards the paranormal yet, but I think we're this close to convincing them.
Nice.
Getting there.
Yeah, that one was
an
1820s house that it's phenomenal. And that's 7 minutes down the street from us. That would be phenomenal.
That would be awesome. I hope that for you guys.
Yeah.
What's awesome is if you guys heard the piece of evidence that we caught at Tautogany Cemetery where we had a male voice say we took their souls.
Yeah.
That's 15 minutes from us.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The problem is it's an active cemetery. They still bury people there today. So it's been there since the 1700s, and they still bury people there today. So it's not like we can control investigations there, right? But it's a place where we can go doing investigations. Ron and Lourdes came out last month, and we went down there with them and did an investigation. I haven't looked through the evidence yet to see if we captured any.
Still need to go through that.
Yeah. Todd and Carmela are coming to visit us at the end of October.
Aw.
We recently changed our name, our group name. We were Southern Entities Paranormal, but we have now changed our group name to Audra and I. It's just Audra and I.
Yeah.
We are now called Beyond the Voices Paranormal.
I like it. I like it. Yeah.
I love
I love that.
Well, there's a few reasons we chose that. One, we're not in the South anymore, so Southern Entities didn't match, right?
Yeah.
We didn't want to tag our name anymore to a region because Audra likes to move.
If you haven't noticed.
So
Phoenix to Charlotte, Ohio. I don't know what he's talking about.
we've always been EVPs are our go-to. I mean, catching the apparitions on tape, catching the apparitions in a photograph. Those are the golden goose. We all know that. EVPs are always consistent. We're always it's always our go-to, and we capture a lot of them. So Beyond the Voices represents that. Not only that, it represents the fact that we have moved past entity voices, and we look. So we don't just look for the voices. We look for ways to help those people that we go out and do private investigations on. What can we do to make them feel peaceful and safe in their home? There's more than just the voices. What's past that? So not only have we moved past a stage in our life to where we're no longer Southern Entities, we're not connected to entity voices, but we also are beyond the voices.
Just the voices, yeah.
Beyond just the voices. We look past that. And Ron and Lourdes, I mean, the minute we told them this is what we want to call it, the group, I'm like, how does that sound? And Lourdes goes, that sounds fantastic, because we tell people all the time to look beyond the voices.
Oh,
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, there it is. So
It is.
beyond the voices it is. We don't have any major investigations planned yet.
nope.
When Todd and Carmela come out, of course, we're going to take them to the cemetery, and there's an old myth of haunted Holcomb Road that I've wanted to go back to a few times. I think we're going to take them out there.
That's so cool, man. I'm jealous. I want to go with you guys. Because I know there's so much crap up there.
I want to see.
Come on up.
We will host you guys anytime.
We have a spare bedroom upstairs, right
Host
across from
you
the office.
anytime.
And yeah, we will. You guys are welcome anytime.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that. I have a question.
Shoot.
The place from that these kids own, is it in Ohio? Sam and Kobe?
Oh, you're talking about
Do you know the school?
school.
Do they? Is that in Ohio?
Is that in Ohio? Is that in Ohio? No.
One moment, please.
Or is that?
Hold that thought.
What's it
please.
called?
I don't know. Ferrars.
Farrar, I think is what it's called. Yeah.
Do you know that's there? Because damn, I would love for you to go
I
there.
want to go there too. Do they charge like the Conjuring though?
So the Farrar Elementary School is in.
Not the Conjuring, the
Oh, Iowa.
That's in
house.
Oh, it's in Iowa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'm originally from Nebraska. I don't go to Iowa. Do you know why?
boy.
I don't know.
Well, the trees in Nebraska tend to lean to the east when they grow because Iowa sucks.
Well, there you go, folks. If you didn't know,
I'm sorry. Well, I'll just apologize for him ahead of time.
No offense towards Iowa. It's just not overly exciting. I mean, there's a couple things there. You got the Villisca murder house, right? That's where it's in Iowa, or no? That's in Illinois.
Yeah.
Somebody died there, so I'm sure there's ghosts. But
Somebody died in
somebody had to have died in Iowa somewhere that we could go investigate.
Sure.
I just know you don't go there in December or January.
oh, yeah, but it still is. Axe Murder House is in Iowa.
Oh, there we go.
There
I
you
was
go.
right.
I don't know why I thought it was further south. I guess whatever.
And so you guys also have Stay Haunted. That's every
Yes.
Monday.
Every
So-
Monday at 9 p.m.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, our podcast.
Yep, our podcast. It's called Stay Haunted. If you go onto YouTube and look up Stay Haunted Paranormal, you'll be able to find our YouTube site. Or you can go there, and all of our lives, even the ones that are no longer live, are still there. You can go back and watch all those shows. You can see us make ourselves look stupid and bring on some really awesome guests.
That's
We
awesome.
got 305 coming on soon too.
Yeah,
That's true. We will be.
Make it
It's gonna
into
be our turn.
that.
Right.
The tables will be turned at that.
That's right. We'll put you on the spot.
JJ Paranormal can expect an invite to the show soon here too.
Mhm.
There you
I
go.
love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
How about this? Have you been
As
to
long
this
as you
place?
guys can
No.
No,
I do.
no, but I'm looking it up now because Audra likes kids. I gotta be honest with you. The kid thing creeps me out. There's not much that creeps me out, but the children do because you never really know.
if never
Yeah,
know if
like,
it's
you
really
don't know
a
if the
child
kids are-
or
Right.
yeah.
You
So,
never-
like, I'll give you an example. There's a school that we've done, and we always get like nothing bad, nefarious as far as children's spirits. Like, we do get the teacher there, and we'll get like kids, like, hey, what's your favorite subject? It was math or whatever, and like, but nothing bad. I don't know, maybe just that residual energy of all the children. Like, I'm telling you, I get children's spirits too. Like, so I know Audra. Like, I can, the mother hen type. Like, to you. But that to me, that's a good thing because I'd rather have that than some fucking crazy shit hanging around.
Yeah, some angry asshole. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
All right, so unfortunately it's that time to end the show. It's been an amazing time
Yeah,
spending
right.
with
I
you
tell you,
guys.
that went by fast.
I did. That went by really fast.
It just brought me back to just getting to speak with you guys online and meeting y'all in person, and I can't wait till the next time.
Yep.
But there is one huge thing that I want to ask you.
Oh, I know what it is.
And like I said earlier in the show, my outros, I dedicated them because of you. You guys inspired me to do that with Stay Haunted. So I haven't done this yet, and I want to extend the honor out to you, Chris and Audra. Will you please close us out?
There you go.
Oh, I wasn't prepared for this.
No pressure. No pressure.
So for everybody watching, remember this is the paranormal is not just about chasing the dead and getting the evidence and listening to their voices. It's about making friends. It's about getting out into the field. It's about proving that life exists after death and that there's more out there than just the dead and their voices. There's the people in front of you, the people that we love, the people that we cherish, the friends that we make while we're doing it. But there's only one way that you're going to get these kind of friendships and you're going to make these kind of connections and you're going to have these kind of people in your lives. You've got to go out. You got to investigate. You got to go to the paracons. You got to go out and meet these people face to face. You got to show them your true self. Don't be fake because the ghosts can tell.
That's right.
And they'll let you got to stay haunted and you got to get spooked.
There you go. I couldn't have said it better myself. Much love. Thank you very much, guys. We will see you next week.
All right. See you guys. Good night.
Bye.